What's up everyone? In today's video, we're gonna be reviewing these 9 different fabric protectant products for your vehicle's interior to see which one provides the most protection, if any of them work, if they don't work, and then we're gonna be beating them up a little bit. We're gonna go through the full application process, then I'll test them, then we'll beat them up a little bit, try and compress the fibers and see if we can break it down, test it again and see which one wins. Now for the directions on these products, we're gonna follow it to the T. Some of them require a 24-hour cure time, some of them don't. So we are gonna give all of them 24 hours before I start testing, but we are just gonna go through step by step, one by one, and apply them all per the directions. Now, as you can see, I have a bunch of pieces of carpet here and I have them taped off. So this is gonna be, we're gonna apply one product here, another product here, another product here. Now these are brand new little pieces of carpet, floor mats, and they're premium. They're a good quality carpet. Now they're clean, so I just did a quick vacuum on them and nothing else. With all of these products, guys, you do wanna apply them to clean carpets. Clean fabric, right? So you want to do your initial cleaning, let it completely dry, make sure it's all dry before you try to apply any of these products. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the first one. Okay, so first up on the list here, guys, we're using a basic gold standard Scotchguard by 3M. This is their auto fabric and carpet water shield, waterproof fabric. Now this Scotchguard product retails for about $6.25 a can. I bought it as a 2-can pack on Amazon. For twice the price, so I just divided it up. Basically $6.25 for a 10-ounce can. That comes to 63 cents per ounce. Now I'm gonna go ahead and apply, again, 6 inches away, sweeping motions back and forth. I'm gonna do it from this direction, and then I'm gonna let it dry, and then for my second coat, I'll come back from the other direction. Okay, we're gonna let that dry, and then we'll come back. Second coat, I'm just gonna rotate this around so that I can get the other direction. And that is the 3M Auto Fabric and Carpet Water Shield. Now this will be the least expensive product on the list, so it'll be exciting to see how this compares to some of the more expensive ones. Product number 2 we're gonna be using is Fabric Protection from Griots Garage. This is the second cheapest on the list, retailing for $21.75 for a 22-ounce bottle. Brings it down to 99 cents per ounce. Now directions do say just to apply even coats, light even coats throughout the whole panel. And then you can apply a secondary coat, just let it dry in between coats for maximum protection. It also does state 24 hours of curing will provide the most optimal durability. So nice sweeping motions, even consistent coverage. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and let that dry, and then we'll do a second coat. Applying the second coat from the other direction, and we'll let that dry. Next up, we have Malco's Epic line, and this is their fabric coat, interior protective spray. Now this trigger sprayer worked fantastic. We're gonna go ahead and let that dry a little bit, and to be fair across the board, we're gonna let that one dry up for a little bit, then apply a secondary coat, and then let it do its cure time. Again, it says 2 to 4 hours, however, this is gonna get a full 24 hours. Now this product retails for $15.97 for a 16-ounce bottle, coming to $1 per ounce. Next up, we're going to be using TriNova's Stain Guard Premium Fabric Protection. Now this does state on the back that this is not a waterproofing product. TriNova Stain Guard retails for $19.97 for an 18-ounce bottle, coming to $1.11 per ounce. Trigger sprayer seems nice. Now since we're doing a small portion here, it's kind of hard to do a crosshatch pattern, but we'll do our best. All right, and coming back for one more coat of this, just to be fair across the board, they're all gonna get 2 coats. And a little crisscross applesauce. Also, as a side note, I don't know if you can tell on here, but just looking at the wet pieces on the panel, and it does seem to, the TriNova seems to have a little bit of a milky appearance. That'll probably go away once it dries, but just something to note. Next up, we're going to be using Chemical Guy's Fabric Guard Water Repelling Treatment. All right, we'll give it 20 minutes and come back. Okay, back for a second application. Here we go. And there we are. Now, Chemical Guy's Fabric Guard does retail for $17.99 for a 16-ounce bottle, bringing you to $1.13 per ounce. Now, the last product for this piece of carpet is going to be Maxshine's Fabric Protectant. Same deal here, guys. Shake it up. And they're not saying anything about 2 coats, but we will do 2 coats just to ensure nice even coverage. So basically, here we go, guys. Now, this product cost $19.99 for a 16-ounce bottle, and that brings you to $1.25 per ounce. Trigger sprayer is fantastic. And this one actually seems to be quite a bit more potent than the other ones on the odor. So it just smells like it's probably doing its job more than the others. I don't know, there was really no scent to any of the other ones, at least not a significant scent. This one is quite potent. And we're also gonna go ahead, this one did state to brush it in. So just using our gloves, you can just rub the fibers of the product. You're basically just rubbing that product into the fibers, coating every angle of each individual fiber. Now this makes a lot of sense to me, and then adding another coat on top is gonna make a better bond in my head, but we'll see. Now the other ones did not call for it, so we didn't do it. This is the first one that did. And now we're gonna wait that 20 minutes between the second coat. Okay, secondary coat. Okay guys, now we're getting into our much more expensive products. The first one's just the start of it, and so we're gonna do our normal thing, cover up, and this product is Chemical Guys Hydro Thread. This is their ceramic infused fabric protectant. So ceramic fabric protectant and stain repellent. Now I changed my gloves to you guys, just to let you know, I did change my gloves, so I'm not applying any of the Maxshine. I'm gonna go ahead and brush this in using my glove. Again, we're trying to, I mean, this looks like it's already trying to fight, like it's not absorbing in. So we'll see how this actually does work, because it's definitely looking like it's not absorbing into the fabric. Like none of the other ones were doing this. Okay, we're back for coat number 2 of the Hydro Thread from Chemical Guys. Now this product, guys, does retail for $27.99 for this 16-ounce bottle, which brings the total up to $1.75 per ounce of this product. Next on the list, we are moving on to CeraTex. This is from the last coat. I have been very, very impressed with their back to black type of materials. Fantastic product, so I have high hopes for this. Now this is, again, getting more and more expensive. CeraTex retails for $35.72, and for a 16-ounce bottle, bringing it to $2.23 per ounce. Ensure no liquid or water contact them for a full 48 hours after the last layer has been applied. After this cure time, fabric should be dry to the touch. All right, guys, so I guess we're waiting 48 hours before testing these products because we want to give this one the full chance to cure. It's not going to hurt the other ones to wait longer. It's just going to give them more time to cure, which is a benefit to all of them. Again, the other ones, so far, it just said 24 hours was the longest. This one states 48 hours, and this one also states to apply the second coat after 2 hours. So I'm going to apply this now. I'll wait 2 hours to apply the secondary coat, and then from then we'll wait 48 hours. And as it says, I'm going to go ahead and use my glove and massage it in. I'm going to apply a little bit more product right now. Just, I don't know if that was enough. That seemed a little bit light to me, so I'm going to go ahead and apply a little bit more. Okay, rub that in. There we go. Now I can feel some level of saturation. Again, not wet, but just a little bit of moisture on it. I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing. Again, I got my gloves back on. These are the same ones I used previous for this product. I'm gonna go ahead and massage it in again. The last one today is Smart Fabric from Techniq. Now this stuff sells for $40.95 for this 500 milliliter bottle. 500 milliliters basically translates to just about 17 ounces. So this comes to $2.41 an ounce. Does not talk about a secondary coat at all. Doesn't talk about a cure time. It does say that it lasts up to 12 months, which is fantastic if it actually works. No change to the fabric feel, fluorocarbon free. So we're just gonna go ahead and saturate this pretty heavily as it states, which is a lot of the other ones said do not saturate too much. Now this one again is much more potent. So the Maxshine and this Techniq Smart Fabric smell the most, in my opinion. They have the most potent odor to them. Now the trigger sprayer on this one is leaking down here, which is a little bit of a bummer because since this is the most expensive product, I really don't want to be wasting any of it. All right, welcome back everyone. So it's been a full 48 hours letting I think it was the CeraTex that required 48-hour cure time. But anyways, guys, and so what we're gonna do first to test this is I'm just gonna do a touch test to see if the fabric got stiff or kind of crunchy. I'm gonna take my microphone. I don't know if you guys can hear me. And I'm gonna stick it by it, rub my hand over it and see how it sounds. And I'll just kind of give you my opinion on it as well. So first one way over here, we're gonna be starting off with the Scotchguard. Feels 1000% natural. Next one is the Griots. A little bit, you can feel something on it, but other than that, it feels very natural. Again, both of these, actually all of them look natural. It doesn't look like any of them changed any color or anything. So next one is the Epic Fabric Coat from Malco. Feels just about the same as the Griots. Next one's TriNova Stain Guard. And that one feels like there's something on there for sure. Feels a little bit stiffer. I don't know if you can hear that, but it feels a little bit crunchy. Next one is Chemical Guy's Fabric Guard. Not quite completely natural feeling, but feels really, really good. Next up is the Maxshine Fabric Protectant. Feels just about essentially the exact same as that Chemical Guy's Fabric Guard. Let me move these over. Next one is going to be Hydro Thread from Chemical Guys. Little bit of stiffness to it, but not bad at all. Next one, CeraTex. Actually feels quite natural. And the last one is the Smart Fabric from Techniq. And that one we can definitely feel. It feels stiffer. So I'm assuming that one's probably gonna work the best. Sorry guys if the audio is in and out. I keep moving the microphone because I'm trying to do that for you. But that one definitely feels like there's something on top of it. Okay, now to start testing it, I just have a bottle of water. I'm just gonna spray some water on there, see how hydrophobic these are currently. All right guys, so for our first test, this panel here has been treated with nothing. So this is gonna be our control panel. I know everything around it is all blown out and you guys can't really see, but I want to, here I'll adjust it a little bit. I want you to be able to see how the water is actually reacting on this. So I'm gonna use some force. I'm not gonna just let it sit on top and be careful about it. I'm gonna give it some force to try and penetrate it into the carpet. All right, and as you can see, I hope you could see that, but it started off sitting on top and then absorbed in. A couple little leftover spots, but it's definitely absorbing into the fibers of the carpet. Again, there's no protection on this, so that's what you have for it. Let me go ahead and mop this up really quickly. All right, and I don't know if you can tell, but I can still see lines of where the water went. So there is our control panel, and now we're gonna go ahead and get started. We're gonna start off with the Scotchguard. Okay guys, so for our first panel, again, Scotchguard product. We're gonna use the same amount of force from the water. So far it's doing a very good job of not letting that water absorb in. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. Watch it slowly starting to absorb in at some spots, but considerably better than the untreated surface. So again, well, here we go. Now it's starting to absorb in pretty good. It's penetrated through that top layer and it's definitely absorbing in now, you can see. So let me go ahead and mop that up. And we're looking pretty good. Definitely a little bit of moisture on it now. So I would say, I mean, it works, and for the price, it's pretty good, but didn't completely solve the issue. Now, our next panel that we're moving to is gonna be the Griots Fabric Protectant. And I gotta say, that did not stop the water from penetrating in at all. Like, at all. It's sitting in there and it's wet. So, not impressed with that product at all yet. Actually, at all. So, let's go ahead and mop that one up. Okay, yep, surface is definitely wet even after mopping it up. Now we're gonna go ahead and move on to the Epic Fabric Coat. Again, guys, I'm putting some pressure into this so to see if it actually fights it. Now this is doing a pretty good job. Nah, not really. It's definitely absorbed in. So out of these three, crazy enough to say, the good old tried and tested Scotchguard is the winner of these three. Now next up, this is going to be TriNova Stain Guard. They did advertise right on the bottle that this is not a waterproofing product. So let's see. Yeah, not at all. It's not fighting it at all. Yeah, all that water just absorbed right in. Like, really didn't fight it at all. Next up is going to be the Chemical Guys Fabric Guard. So it's definitely fighting. It's definitely not letting it penetrate in yet. It's just kind of sitting right on the surface. I mean, it's nothing fantastic, but it's definitely doing its job. So I'm gonna go ahead and absorb that one. Next up is going to be, this is the Maxshine. Let me get this in focus for you guys. The Maxshine Fabric Protectant. And so far, that one is working considerably better than all the others. You can see a lot of it is still thick water on top. Now, if you watch, just like that Scotchguard at first, it's starting to penetrate in now, slowly. But this is doing significantly better than the others. Each one of these is a little bit more expensive than the last, and we're getting better results as we go. And on to, this is the Chemical Guys Ceramic Hydro Thread. So again, this is the ceramic infused one. I've seen some reviews on this stuff that didn't look promising, but let's see for ourselves. Yeah, not great. It's fighting a little bit, but the Maxshine Fabric Protectant is definitely doing better than this one is. And at the price, this one is $1.75 an ounce. Ooh, and it's interesting. Interesting. Did you guys see that? That hasn't happened with any of the other ones. It's quite sticky. Very interesting. Let me go ahead and spray that one again. And yeah, it's just, I mean, I don't know. It's definitely working here. If you come at a nice basic angle, you can see it's working quite well without any force. It's doing a great job. So it's just, I guess it depends on the force of the thing going on there and how much time it sits. But with any sort of force compared to all the other ones, it didn't really perform. Now, next up we have CeraTex from the last coat. This is the one that wanted the whole 48 hours of cure time, and it got multiple coats, and it's definitely doing the best job so far. Like, I'm putting a lot of pressure and a lot of water on that, and it's sitting right on top. It's doing a really, really good job. So far, CeraTex from the last coat is considerably better than the rest. A lot of it just rolled right off of it. Now, again, same as always, there's a little bit of water left over. Go ahead and absorb that up, but that one definitely performed better than the rest. And again, we got some stickiness to it as we pull away. Now, it doesn't feel sticky at all. It's just sort of grabbing the microfiber as I pull away. Okay, and last but not least, this is going to be the Smart Fabric from Techniq. Now, this one was the only one that required full saturation. They said to really saturate the panel. So we did that, and we're gonna go ahead and test it. Here we go. And I gotta say, guys, that looks really, really good. It doesn't seem to be letting any of it penetrate in at all. So we'll go ahead and lift it up. Most of it runs right off. Again, obviously it's wet right on that top layer. Go ahead and mop that up. And we're good to go. And now just for fun, guys, this is the control panel again. Just gonna show you with that same amount of pressure and water, how that does react. And you can see it goes straight in. So again, compare that to the Smart Fabric. It's definitely doing its job over here, guys. This stuff is penetrating in significantly versus this is just gonna push right off. Look at that. You can just kind of move the water around. Surprising results for me, actually. I didn't think that the more expensive ones were gonna perform that much better, but they did. The two most expensive ones were the ones that performed the best. I would say in third place would be Maxshine. And then out of all the other ones, I would just go with the Scotchguard because it's the cheapest, and it did a decent job. Not great, but it did a decent job. The fabric protectant from Maxshine got significant results. I definitely saw a difference. And then CeraTex was even better than that. And then Smart Coat or Smart Fabric from Techniq was significantly, it was the best by far. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my drill brush now and agitate all these to see if it can last through that. Because that's my biggest problem with fabric protectants, is my thought is that as you compress the fibers, it's breaking that protective barrier, and I wanna know, will it last through that? So I'm gonna go ahead and grab that, and we'll hit them all real quick. Okay guys, so I have them all laid out. I have my drill brush here, and I'm just gonna go ahead and just work them each way. Let's go up and down and try and compress and kind of stress the fibers to see if the protection gets broken down or if it stays strong. So here we go. Okay, now I even did the control panel. The only one that I saw that looked different as I was doing that was the Techniq Smart Fabric. It looked like it was pulling more water out of it, almost like it was fighting everything. So I'm just gonna let these dry up a little bit. I'm actually gonna throw them in the sun, then we'll test them again and see if they're still performing or if they even got worse. All right guys, now that I have these out in the sun and drying, I wanted to show you guys, there is a little bit of color variation between them, very, very minimal, but just so you can see, this is the control panel, and then this is the side with the Techniq fabric, Smart Fabric, and it definitely did lighten it up very, very slightly, not bad. And then we move over to Hydrotex, and it almost looks like it just darkened it or just left it perfectly fine. The Chemical Guys Hydro Thread lightened it up a little bit. Moving along to the other ones. Now this one's the Maxshine fabric protectant. It looks perfect, brand new. These other two definitely lightened up a little bit. And those were, let's see, this one was Chemical Guys Fabric Guard, and then this was the TriNova Stain Guard, I believe it's called. And then we move over to the last one, and there's no change in any of the appearance on these ones. They're pretty much exactly the same. So these three were Scotchguard, Griots, and Epic by Malco. All right guys, so for the last test, I'm actually gonna grab my water hose and just come across all of them pretty evenly. I'm gonna be filming it with my phone. We can see real time the reaction between each of them and see which one does the best. I'm gonna keep the water angle pretty low to see what we can achieve and see how they're doing. And again guys, these are in the exact same order. So we're starting off Scotchguard, then we move to Griots, Epic by Malco, TriNova, Chemical Guys Fabric Guard, Maxshine, Chemical Guys Hydro Thread, CeraTex, Techniq, Smart Fabric, and the control panel with nothing on it. Alrighty guys, here we go. Water's on. Here we go. So slowly going across all of them. We'll let that sit for a second. And it looks like that last one is definitely fighting off the most. Let's go ahead and just lift it up. And they all look exactly the same, except for this last one I would say is fighting off a little bit more, but relatively the same. Moving on, here we go. Once again, guys, I would say that the last one, this is the Maxshine, is definitely working the best. These other ones are starting to absorb in a little bit. Not bad. The Chemical Guys Fabric Guard's working pretty good. The first one, the TriNova, is definitely absorbing in, but the other two are doing a pretty good job of fighting it off. So let's go ahead and lift that up. And those are looking great. And you can see here, guys, this is actually just going over the Scotchguard product, and it's doing a great job of fighting it off. Wow. Okay, moving on now. We got the Hydro Thread and the CeraTex. So again, the water beating is much stronger on the CeraTex, and the Chemical Guys Hydro Thread really absorbed in right away. This one's fighting it off for sure. So the Chemical Guys Hydro Thread's not super impressive to me. And last but not least, Techniq, and then the control panel. So you can see the control panel is just absorbing right in. Techniq's doing a good job of fighting all that stuff off. So there you have it, testing the 9 of the fabric protectants on the market that you can go get. And I gotta say, that was a little bit anticlimactic for me. I really thought that there was gonna be one clear winner. And again, I would say right off the bat, the Techniq Smart Fabric, it was the most expensive one out of this test, performed the best at first for sure. The Smart Fabric definitely, I would say, performed the best. You do still need to reapply it every once in a while, so it's not any guarantee of long-term protection. This does state lasts up to 12 months. So, I believe that. Now, is it gonna be as effective day 1 versus at day 364? Probably not, but I'm sure it still will do some protecting. So, but at the same time, guys, the ease of use of the Aerosol cannon, the Scotchguard, it's hard, I mean, hard to beat the ease of use of that, and it performed. Again, it wasn't great, but none of them were super fantastic. The Techniq was the best one, but that's at $2.41 per ounce versus the other one's like 60 cents an ounce, so 4 times the price. And that's it, guys. So I hope that helps you. I know I was really hoping for a clear, drastic winner. I just don't have one, unfortunately. So go into it, if you're looking to get some fabric protectant for your car, go into it knowing that they're all gonna do the job. They're all gonna work. Except I wouldn't, if you want water repellency in that product, don't go with the stain guard from TriNova. It didn't repel water very well at all. So anyways, guys, I hope that helps you. Please make sure to like the video, make sure you subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and we'll see you on the next one.